Well, 3 years ago, my first year, we had a nucleus of 15 new players. There were only 3 returning players from the year before. And we built on that, and we kind of established a winning tradition in that we won the Mid-Atlantic Collegiate Hockey Conference Championship 2 years in a row. And after last year, we decided that we wanted to get out and play a predominantly varsity schedule in Division II and Division III so that we can grow. I think one of the things that I've noticed, especially this year, is there is a big interest in Penn State hockey. And what we're trying to do this year is, we've always had a good varsity team. We want to create some depth through developing a good junior varsity program. And I'm looking for Penn State hockey to really grow in the next few years.
Joe is one of the stalwarts of the defensive unit here at Penn State. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the defensive philosophy and, what you like to do out on the ice, and also specifically what type of training methods that you have in preparation for a game?
Well, I'll tell you, when I came here in my freshman year, I was here with the same guys who are still playing defense now. The 4 of us have been around. We've played together a lot. I think it's basically the nucleus of the team. And I think the kind of philosophy that we use is we're fortunate enough that we have on each of our defensive lines one player who likes to skate with the puck, who isn't afraid to take it into the offensive zone, while his partner tends to stay back and play strictly a defensive defenseman's role. And it adds an extra scoring punch, and at the same time, you still have that defensive edge there too.
When you had to play your games on the road, your home games 100 miles away, and of course you had to travel that far to practice too, from a physical standpoint, the traveling involved, did it really, I suppose at the end of the season, it really had to take its toll. What type of effect will that have, just being able to, hey, not take that 2-hour drive or whatever it was for every practice and game?
I don't know, I'm going to kind of miss it. We've gotten used to it, I guess. I don't know, it affected our studying habits a lot. You had to change your ways. Our social life obviously was affected, but now that we're back here and we don't have to worry about that kind of thing, I'm sure everybody will be able to start working on little things again, getting back into shape. We'll have more time to work on individual skills rather than have to be traveling all the time, and you get cooped up in those vans and then you have to step right onto the ice and play a game after traveling for 6 hours.
Jim, as far as a team record is concerned, what would you consider a successful season here? Obviously, you're not in a conference anymore, so you can't think in terms of winning a conference championship, but in terms of wins and losses, what would you rate a successful season for Penn State?
Well, I think there's a lot more pressure on us this year for a couple reasons. One, we're playing at home, and it's our first year back, and I think we have to win just about everything to really let the fans know that we are that good. When you're playing in a conference like we have for the past 4 years, it's kind of, your play can be dictated by the way the other teams are shaping up. So if your next closest competitor has a 500 record, you can kind of coast into first place and still have that top seed in the playoffs. If playing an independent schedule, it's kind of to the point where you want to win every game. So I think there's more pressure actually playing an independent schedule. And there's really, except for the tournaments, you're just playing for yourself, and you're playing to prove that you can do it. And I think, well, like I said, we want to prove to the fans that we can do it too.